Kia ora e hoa ma. I am Ishbel. I am your master of candies for this fantastic run on this Matariki Te Kimi o Aotearoa stream. Welcome, welcome. It is a pleasure to have you all with us this fine evening. As I already said, to Ishbel kohu ingoa. I'm going to let everyone else introduce themselves, and then we're going to have a little bit of a welcome karakia. Who would like to go first?
I guess I will. Kia ora te whanau. That's about as much te reo as I can really do for an introduction. I'm Steve. I go by the Steward1NZ on here. Yeah, and I'm excited to play this new system. That's should be fun to have a go, and let's see if we can get other people interested in this thing.
Heck yeah. Who would like to go next?
Sweet. Let's just go in screen order. Hi, everyone. I'm Jacob, he, him. I love role-playing games. I love new systems that do one specific thing really well. And I think this one really channels the specifics of a Halloween as children. Yeah, that's sort of it for me, Jacob, he, him.
Hello, kia ora tātou, ko o te poti te whenua tupu, ko te awa kairangi ki tai, te kainga, ko Lyndon o. I'm Lyndon, he, him. I was born and raised in Dunedin, New Zealand, and I'm coming to you from Lower Hutt, just outside of Wellington. And I am also very excited to play this game.
Excellent. Kapai Lyndon, who would like to go next?
Kia ora, good evening, everybody. I'm Danielle. I live in up in Tamaki Makaurau. Me and Toto here are very excited to play tonight too, and pretend that we're not nearly in our fifth decade, but actually only 10. Well, nearly 10. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun learning the system. So hats off to Alex for coming up with it and letting us loose with it. So it should be a fun night.
I think that just leaves you, Rhys.
Yeah, last but not least, I'm Rhys. I've been mainly involved in Dungeons and Dragons for longer than I can remember. So it's fun to just try out something different, and I just know this group of people are going to be great to play with.
Kapai, that's awesome. Thank you very much. All right, so to fill all of your eager ears in, here's a little bit of information about what's going to be going on this evening. We are going to be playing Fight or Fright, a brand new tabletop experience by Mix Up Pixels or Alex. Now, the conceit of this entire game is basically you're a kid dressed up for Halloween, or are you? Basically, we're going to be leaning into the powers of our costumes here, and it's my job as the master of candy to at least try and keep some things moving along. To follow up, our fantastic sponsor BD&D has some really awesome stuff available for us this evening. Not only do they have a prize, which they've donated, which is going to be drawn at the end of the evening, they've also got a discount code for minis today, which is NZ Minis at BD&D. Thank you so much for sponsoring us for this awesome event. Thank you heaps. All right, so just to clarify, the prize is for New Zealand addresses only. I'm really sorry, but if anyone is watching from overseas and you've got a mate in New Zealand, might pay to hit them up and get them to join the stream, just in case. You can also find the game over on itch.io. That is our Fight or Fright at itch.io if you want to support Alex in his game-making career going forward, because he's done a fantastic job with this one, and we are all super duper excited to play. Are we ready, whānau? Because I'm going to do karakia, and then we're basically going to get straight into it.
Aye.
Awesome. All right, so today's opening karakia for this session. Nā mihi o te pō, ki te whānau e huihui nei, kia tau te rangi mārie, ka whakatapua tātou me nā mea, e whakapono ana tātou, haumi e, hui e, tai ki e. Awesome. All right, are we ready to pull back the curtain on our adventure set in Cambridge in 1999? Give me a thumbs up if you are.
Rock
I'm
and
also
roll.
looking at the chat for this too. Yeah, thumbs up all around, please. That's fantastic. Thanks heaps, team. Okay, so we are going to pull back the curtain on today's adventure. So our characters, who we met in our run-up games, are a collection of merry misfits, all in various different outfits. Everyone's introduced themselves already. But I guess I'll also get everyone to run through who they're playing and what their prop and character is. If you wouldn't mind starting again there for me, Steve.
So I'm Mitch. Mitch is sort of the rebel, the punk of the group. You know, grew up on a farm, but he's always sort of like, you know, older siblings introduced him to music that was a bit not yet traditional for that area. And then they introduced him to the wonderful world of wrestling. And he discovered Sting. But not just any Sting. Sting of the Crow movie era Sting.
Excellent.
So, you know, and in his best, found one of his sister's dress up wigs and found some, you know, face paint and all this, and done his best to make himself look good. Got his trusty baseball bat, you know, made from the cardboard tube that Dad kindly cut for him. And
That's
he's
awesome.
out ready to go for the rest of the crew.
Fantastic. Jacob.
Sweet. I'm Jacob, and I'm playing Michael, or Mike. Probably just call him Mike. He's kind of new to town, and in order to, carry favor with his fellow classmates as a 10-year-old who's very wanting to make a good impression, he resorts to humor. He's the class clown. His costume, well, in 1999, a little movie called Star Wars: The Phantom Menace came out a few months, like April before Halloween, and he has watched that so many times. So he's got his mother's dressing gown as his Jedi robe and wrapping paper for his lightsaber. And he's ready to, use the Force, have some lightsaber battles. And as everyone from like babies to elderly will make lightsaber noises constantly.
It's the least you could do, really.
Yeah.
Lyndon, would you like to
It's
introduce your character?
Yes,
Really good stuff.
we've got Cliff. Clifton is his full first name. He is Clifton, pretty much he reckons he's the second best rugby player at the primary school. But he's pretty sure that if he did something right, he could be the first best rugby player. And lately his siblings, I don't think he was allowed to go, or went and saw The Matrix, which also came out in 1999. So they've been wandering around quoting it, and he's very familiar with the poster. So he's dressed in a stock jacket, his dad's old stock jacket that's clearly too big for him, and whatever glasses the $2 shop was selling in 1999.
Heck yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks heaps, Lyndon. It's the wraparound Pit Viper-esque sunnies for me that really make that one. Just the commitment to the bits, excellent. All right, Dee, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Dee, but tonight, Michael, I'll be playing. I'm Julia. I'm 9 3/4 or 7/8, because next week I'm going to be 10, and it's very exciting to be double digits. I am the youngest of three, with two older brothers who are, rugby heads, and we're a really old farming family in the area of Cambridge, and we have many, many family around. And what I, Julia, really want it to be is I want to be on the stage. I want to, dress up in the sequins and sing and dance and all the rest of it. But it's not really what they do in their family. So instead, I am quite good at netball, and I want to be in debate because I've heard all about that from my big cousins and things like that. And for Halloween, I am Dorothy, because Dorothy is ageless and fantastic. And I bedazzled my shoes, which light up, but don't tell Mum; she doesn't quite know that yet. And I've got my ribbons in, which I have to put back in a sewing box later. And I've got Toto. Toto got into the paint beforehand, and I've been forced to bring out my cousin Kev with me as well, because we go
He's your
everywhere
little
together.
cousin. That's just kind of how it works.
It's fine now.
Speaking
What we do.
of little cousins, would you like to
Speaking of little
introduce
cousins.
yourself, Rhys?
Yes, I'm Kevin, the aforementioned little cousin. I think I'm the youngest in the group at 8. I just sort of tag along behind Julia, and yeah, just having fun. Kevin, he hasn't seen much in the way of sort of scary movies and things, but he's heard a lot about them from his friends or older brothers, whatever. And he's got a little confused. So he's heard about like Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers and all of them, but he sort of managed to combine them all in his head together and made something a bit weird. So he's got 2 masks on. He's got a Freddy Krueger style sort of burnt skin face mask, and then he's got a hockey mask over the top of that. And he wanted to bring his mum's big kitchen knife, but she said no, you're not taking that. She wouldn't let him. He's very disappointed in that.
Yeah, very much the meme of, what have you got? A knife! Oh no! That's awesome. Thank you very much, team, for introducing yourselves. And my job is to sort of corral these lovely kids through a mystery of which they might not be able to solve, but at the end of it, they know that there is a large amount of sugar and glory to be found. We pull back the curtain on today's adventure in the Hapua Tapu area school, which is the spot where all of these kids go to school. It's sort of a very big, very modern, for 1999, a very big, very modern area school that sort of services a large area around the semi-rural Waikato, Cambridge region from which they're in. There's a range of all sorts of socioeconomic spots, but this school is kind of like top tier. Now, the reason the kids are here at night, on a school night even, maybe, there's a public holiday the next day, but we're not sure if parents get the day off or not, as they know that there is something been hidden in the high school that the other kids have been talking about for weeks. They've heard that there's a heist going down. They're not going to be the only group of kids in this school this evening. But will they be the first to find the treasure? To gorge themselves on sugar and caramel and chocolate and fully experience the extent of their powers? I guess that's what we're all here to see. Welcome to Fight or Fright. And we're going to move in as we zoom in to the kids arriving at the huge entry foyer for this very comprehensive area school. You can see that the all the Halloween decorations are up. They've got the fake spider webs that are going to be an absolute nightmare for it getting caught in any farmer's combine harvester. They've got a couple of pretend bats floating about the place. There's a couple of spiders that look like they're made of poi that someone stuck legs on. Very effective and very cute. And there's also a sort of strange purple shape on the floor that looks to be potentially some sort of spray paint. We're not quite sure what the deal is. But as you enter into this part of the foyer, it's pretty dark. It's about 8:30. It's been dark for about half an hour, but it's still early enough that your parents aren't worried about you being out by yourselves yet. Explain to me, you lot, how you got to this point this evening. I've given you the background for the heist. Sorry, my cat has arrived. She would like to be involved.
We have begun.
Yes.
Also, I have a large, literal candy jar here. So I would say I would share, but I don't know how to do that over the internet, so I do apologize.
Just throw them
Now that I mention it.
really
Okay.
aggressively.
Throw them in.
Yeah.
We'll try and catch them.
Yeah.
All right, so our party are here. What would we like to do?
Well,
What
we
are
gotta
you
go
talking
find the candy.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Did we maybe follow some bigger kids in here? Because my
It's-
brothers always seem to know where the candy is.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
likely that you did follow some other big kids in here.
Yeah.
Maybe
Mitch's
you heard
older-
about the heist from them and thought,
Mitch's older brother's loose lit. He's
yeah.
yeah.
Mine aren't exactly. They forget I'm there.
Yes. Yeah.
Handy.
Okay, so
Mm,
we've got our kids. Who's taking the marching order as we move into this part of the school?
Oh,
I
as
think
long as
Cliff
I
would
can
normally be
follow
trying
Cliff.
to, but he does have
Yeah.
dark glasses on and the lights are out.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
not taking the glasses off. It's
No.
like shuffling towards the sound of everyone else. And
No, to be fair, that's one of your props. So to give you
Yeah.
guys a bit of
Yeah.
clarification about how props work for this, essentially, if you think about your costume as like a magic power that you can use, your prop helps you activate it by making it clear who you are. So say, for example, with Mitch and Mike, they've got the lightsabers and the baseball bats. Julia has Toto and her ribbons.
My
Kevin
shoes.
has a as yet unseen, incredibly powerful mishmash of various different other things. And then Cliff has his sunnies and his big stock jacket. So I guess we'll have to wait and see to see how effective these props are going to be against the challenges and setbacks that I might throw against them. All right, so we're taking the marching order. Julia, are you wanting to move forward here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's
And
move
I
forward.
think
I
Mitch
am
should be
click my
forward as well.
I'm going to click
alright.
my heels so that it lights up because apparently light up
Okay.
shoes have a lot of light.
Okay. So are you rolling with fight here to click your heels and use the power of your costume? We're going to
I
do the
guess I
first dice
can.
roll of the game. All
Why
right.
not? Let's do it. It's for me. Remind me how to do it. It's are we 2 or 3? We're 2,
Three.
aren't we? We're 3.
Oh no, sorry, no, it's 2. It's 2 because we've gone down to
2 in
46
each.
seconds.
Yep. 2. So
Ooh,
the highest is a 3, which makes it a
that is a mixed success.
mixed success. Yes.
Yeah, on the low end of a mixed success. Okay,
Isn't that a
so
failure
I
for a fight?
think. Sorry,
Isn't that a failure for a fight?
it might be a
Um,
failure for a
actually,
fight,
1 to 3.
especially
Yep. Failure now.
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
first of all,
no.
your shoes don't light up.
Ah,
Your shoes don't light up. So whatever that means to you, that's
failure
yeah.
is what that means. So
Yeah.
I probably get left behind a little bit because I'm trying to get them to work. I'm just slamming them on the ground there, trying to get them to light up.
Yeah, man,
I'm now
I would be
distracted.
absolutely heartbroken if my light up shoes didn't light up when I wanted them to light up. I'm a 32-year-old woman. If I want to have light up shoes, I want them to be working as effectively as they can at all times. Okay,
Exactly.
so yep, Julia's hanging back a little bit. What about the rest of you? Are we
I
rolling with
also
fight
moved
or
one of
fright,
my
or are we
dice.
just oh
I
yeah,
also moved
roll
one
that
of my
into your
dice
flight pool,
into plight. Yeah.
please.
Done.
Lovely. Okay,
Cool.
so the rest of you, I
Already.
think. Yeah, it's not a great start. I'll give you that.
Good game's a fast game.
Yeah, good games. Last game's a good game. All right, so Cliff, you said that you wanted to be a little bit ahead of the crew here. Are you wanting to roll as Cliff or are you wanting to roll as Neo?
I think I'm going to want to roll as Cliff.
Okay.
Just as thinking of himself as a physically capable person, who is still wearing glasses, but I'm taking them off. Is just going to attempt to move forwards up the stairs towards the doors.
Okay, so roll with your fright dice. So to clarify, for those of you watching the stream, fright is the thing that you roll as the kid underneath the costume. Fight is what you roll as the kid, as the costume itself. And there's some other fun little mechanics that we'll get in the middle there too. All right, what have we got?
He trips over on the first step. That's I
Don't
didn't get
Yeah.
the highest on that. That
Okay, no,
was a
so
2. They were both 2s.
Yeah, no. So I'll get you to move one of your dice into your plight pool there for me, Lyndon, if you would.
Heck. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it's very dark, and you're trying to be sneaky, and maybe you're trying to be sneaky is just meaning you don't move so hot. You don't
Mhm.
you find it
And
a
there's
little bit
also like
difficult
the
to
jacket is trailing on the ground.
yeah probably not great. Not a great start. Everyone, we've got the two sportiest characters who have both had unfortunate interactions with the environment and themselves. What about the rest of you? I see Mitch, Mike, and Kevin. I might just get you guys to move as a collective if you'd like, or we'll see what's going to happen after that.
Yeah. I think Mitch is just going to look at the other two and go, always those ones. He's just, in his sort of brooding sort of self, he's just going to start storming off in front. So if you want to come, just keep up.
Alrighty, I'm not going to make you roll for that one, I don't think, as the other two, the first two to move, have already rolled, unless you would like to. I'm not going to force you to do it here.
I think he would though roll for it because it is his him. It's
Yeah. All right, roll for your fright dice then.
Okay.
While he's doing that, can me being the practical kid as well, because I'm a farmer's daughter. The torch that I stowed in Toto, knowing we were going into a dark school, I get the torch out of Toto in his basket.
All right,
turning
you're
my
going to
torch.
turn it on. I'm not going to make you do battery mechanics for this. It's just going to be like a
So yeah, the torch is on, so we can kind of see what we're doing. I am
None of
still
us can
annoyed about my
roll.
shoes.
man.
Mitch is just like it was watching the other two and is just face planted.
Oh, see, the funniest
You
part
need
is
to reload that.
when we were doing our test games for this,
Oh, no fails.
we had nothing but successes across the board. So this yeah. So we can't walk. We can't walk. This is just how things are going today. All right. So Mitch, please add 1 into your plight pool, and then we're going to go on to Mike and Kevin.
I'll be like, I see these three who honestly I look up to a lot, and I want approval from. I see them tripping around. I look at Kevin, who as of yet hasn't made a move. And I'd be like, come on, guys. It's just we walk up these stairs all the time. We can, if we're just sneaky about it, we'll get through. No one will know. Like, seriously, I'm just gonna walk up. I'm just gonna be like, fine, have a bit of moment of courage, and start walking.
Okay. Are you rolling your fight or fright dice here?
Does your wrapping paper have a torch in it to give it the light effect?
Oh, I think for sure. I think it's a good point. As an icon, which is what my sort of inspiration, my costume is, I can move dice from fright into fight by inspiring my allies. So I think lightsaber held aloft, and I'll start like doing the very typical like two-handed Jedi walking up to engage and be like, "Come on, everyone!" So that gives me an extra dice in fight. And you're saying that we started at 2 fight?
Yeah, 2 and 2. Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be 3 and 1.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll roll to inspire, bring everyone up, and get us in.
Okay. Fantastic.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a 6. Okay,
Ooh.
that is great success. Explain to me how you inspire everybody to get everyone up the stairs and rolling.
Well, I have to just say, all right, everyone, use the force. Let's go.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That works. All right.
Those
So
of
with
you who know Mike are used to those kinds of puns. Well, it's not even a pun. It's just a groaning reference.
no.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. With the inspiring moves of Mike going forward, please feel free to move your characters up. So the front doors, strangely, are open at the moment. You guys know that you're definitely not the first ones here. But as you approach, you see that there is a group of other kids who are sort of hunched down, looking over at the floor, just to the right of you as you go in the door. They spot you come in, and they look over at you, and the one in a cowboy costume at the head of the party turns around to look at the rest of you and just sort of does a bit of a stage whisper. What are you guys doing in here? I thought we told them to shut the door after us.
I didn't.
Looks
It's
like no one
open.
shut the door after you.
Well, can you shut the door so no one else comes in?
There's actually 2 doors.
Well, there's 4 of yous. Sorry, 5 of yous. Shut the door.
You can't. You just can't tell us what to do. Like, no.
Oh, yes, I can.
How much older are they?
We were here first.
So?
Are you going to use your don't tell me what to do?
Oh yeah, he's using his don't tell me
Nice.
what to do, and he's also gonna, look, it's riddle me this, like, who's afraid of the big black? Oh, I can't remember his words. Woo! And he gives a big woo, and he's like points his bat at them.
All right. So just to clarify for those of you guys watching the stream, Steve has an ability for his character as a punk saying, "Don't tell me what to do."
Yep.
Don't tell me what to do is part of the fright pool as well, because it's him as the kid underneath. So I'll get you to roll your fright there. I think with using that does allow you to move one of your dice across into that pool, so you can roll with 3 instead of 2. Or 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 instead of 1.
Yes, 2 instead of 1. I forgot about that.
I've already got back from plight. So I don't think I can move it from plight. I can move it from, or can I move it from plight for that one?
No.
No, I have to move.
No, it's got to be from
fight.
Got to be from fight. Yeah.
Make a note of that. My little sheet. Yep. Jesus.
We should probably shut the doors though, because we don't want anyone else coming into the candy.
That's a 6.
That is a great success. Explain to me. You've already said what you do. What do you want this kid to do in response to your action?
I kind of wanted to sort of go, oh, didn't expect like that, and I'm guessing these might be slightly older kids. That there was one of the young kids was going to stand up to him, and was actually going to be menacing sort of towards him.
Yeah.
With,
Well, I mean, he's wearing a cowboy outfit,
Yeah.
and he was telling you, kind of telling you off. But he sort of looks you up and down and goes, "Fine, fine, Sammy, you and me will go shut the door." And then this kid in the cowboy hat takes someone who's dressed in a legally distinct Mr. Frederick costume, and they sort of usher you guys out of the doorway and start pulling the doors closed behind you. But you do get a bit of a sense of they're not happy about doing it, but they're not being outwardly hostile to you at the moment. I'm going to give you that because you rolled the great success. Congratulations. All right, so the rest of these kids, after not your party, the other kids, after muttering and grumbling and groaning, do manage to get the doors shut. And the one in the legally distinct Freddy costume turns around and points a plastic knifed finger at the rest of you, and he says, "You guys better not come back down this way. This section's ours. Find your own."
We're having a turf war over the school hallway.
No, there's just lots of cachets around. They can't. They learned from last year. They know they're not supposed to put all the lollies in one place, so we're going around trying to find where they put the stashes. Duh.
I just
No,
get
well, I bet our section's better anyway, and we'll get more lollies than you will.
Do you want to make a
Yes.
bean on it? And the guy in the cowboy hat says, Sammy, you got to calm down, man. That guy's
I'm not
got a
allowed to
baseball
gamble.
bat.
I'm not allowed to gamble. I'm not 10 yet.
Do you
No
want to
bet.
roll for what do you want from this interaction here, Lyndon? Do you want them to like back off, or do you want them to take the bait and have a fight?
I was just being competitive, so I'm going to shift the dice. I literally had no idea of achieving anything. They can do what they like.
All right. If they're going to do what they like, and if you don't want to push it further, they are going to turn on their heels, and the plastic spurs of the guy in the cowboy outfit click off into the gloom again, and you hear a muttered conversation between the other two who are left behind. But as of right now, what you guys can see is a couple of separate doors. But if you would like to move around the map and do a little bit of exploring, please by all means do so. You're not in any immediate danger. This is more of a haunt situation than anything else.
I think we should
Yep.
split off away
Door-
from them because this hall clearly ain't big enough for the both of us, and we'll find some candy somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh,
I think we just
Where'd you go?
itty bitty worms on a big hook.
Oh,
All right, so Julia, I see you've gone through a door.
disappeared
I
through a
went through a
door.
door. Now I can't get back.
You got to right click on the
Yeah.
door.
I don't know what to. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Cliff
Is it
is not
well?
letting anyone else go through doors without him coming as well.
Hmm.
Hi.
Come on in.
I think I
just
might
answered
need
as well.
detection. What's this?
They didn't say we couldn't be in here.
So as you guys push open the door, you recognize, albeit very, very with great difficulty, this is actually the main hall of the school. This is where you guys have your big school assemblies. It's where you have your prize givings. This floor is so new that it's squeaky and shiny. It was the most recent addition to the entire school building.
Start
But
tap
as
dancing.
you are walking in here, you see that there are several other groups of kids, as well as a lot of Halloween decorations around the place.
Got to be some here somewhere.
A lot of decorations, but is there a lot of candy we can find?
Mm.
You might have to go investigating if you want to find that.
Yeah.
Does it look like the other kids are like huddled over, like stashing candy, or are they like just?
It's
looking under
difficult to see
everything?
over the chairs.
Like,
we are
let's
little
put
ones.
adult chairs in here.
Yep.
Silly. All right. I start tap dancing / running
All right.
down
So
one
you're not
side.
trying to be sneaky?
Nah. Well, nah.
I-
Not exactly sneaky.
Nah.
Which is gonna.
We're not being
I'm
sneaky.
covered in
We're not
I'm
scared.
bedazzled from head to foot.
All right. Okay. So so your torch is still on as well, right?
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So as you're moving on, you see that there's a kid in a red jacket and a bowler hat. He sees you coming and then stands up really quickly and turns to face you, but tucks something behind his back.
What you got there?
Nothing.
It's not nice to lie.
I'm not lying. It's nothing.
Well, you're being dodgy.
What's that mean?
I think you know what that means.
Yeah, basically.
You're not telling the
I think
truth,
I
mate.
know you are, but what am I?
You're rubber. No, you're glue and I'm rubber. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks on you.
Oh,
Yeah, you look like a ball. Like your mum
oh,
is a ball because she's round.
oh! Mike's just cracking up laughing.
You know who my mum is, right? She could probably twist your head off. But okay, it's fine.
You can't say that. That's a threat. Leave us alone. We're not doing anything.
Ooh. I turn to the guys and go, they're definitely up to something. I wonder, like, maybe they found like a really big cauldron of chocolate.
like a chocolate fountain in pre-fountain state.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, you might have to get a bit closer to find out.
I start walking up to them. They don't scare me. Oh, hang on. How old are these guys? They're like our age?
They're about
older?
you recognize them as some of them are in not your class of your year, but the other class of your year. So they're like the
Oh, yeah.
same age as you, just in the opposite class.
I know this one. No, I'll just keep walking up to them. They do not scare me. I got 2 older brothers.
Like, I am not stressed. There's a little kid dressed as a ghost, and they see you walking up with intent, and they go to stand in front of the ringleader, and they hold their little hand out in front of them, and they say, "Don't get any closer. I'll zap you."
Put my foot out. Put my foot back. Put my foot out.
Ah!
Put my foot back.
Ooh,
Do a little twirl.
And
And then
I
I
told you.
start running at him.
I told you, and this kid is going to use their own magic power here to try and blast you off course. So they are going to fire a bolt of something really, really cold at you. It almost feels like someone's thrown like a handful of ice shavings or dry ice right at your face. So what are you going to do with this reaction as their bolt starts to freeze the floor underneath you in a river of ice?
Can I try and dodge and jump up onto one of the...
Yep. Are you dodging as
Yes.
Dorothy or are you dodging as Julia?
I'm dodging as the netballer of great
Okay,
dexterity.
so roll from your fright dice.
I've got 2 of those.
Ooh.
I'm rolling my actual dice because I don't... Oop, one of them on the floor. One's a 5 and one's a 4. 5.
Okay, so with a 5, that's a success. So you manage to avoid the slippery path of ice as it comes shooting up from this ghostly girl's hands. And she goes, "Oh, that's not fair. You're way taller than I am. Your legs are longer." What are the rest of you guys doing as you're watching the situation unfold?
Can I try and grab Kev as well as I go up?
Yep, Kevin, do you
At least
consent
to
to being
balance him so
dragged?
so he doesn't fall over more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, Mitch is just laughing at like the absurdity of that little kid. Just, like that's like they're like the low class anyway, like of school. And I'm pretty sure my brothers bet up their brother like 3 years ago in the school. So you know.
Yeah, Cliff is like, what do you mean that's not fair? You were shooting ice stuff at her, and is going to go right up and try to like. Could I see what you did there? Can I just try and walk up to the girl and like sort of like he's interested and
Yeah. So just so you know, it's this person here that I'm pinging
okay.
Where is she?
who threw the ice ball towards Julie.
I suspect we can't actually see any of these people.
No.
Oh,
Can't see them.
sorry. Yes, you can. I just had them as invisible, and
Oh,
for that,
right.
I am sorry.
I was running up
There
there,
we
so I'm
go.
now on a chair over here.
Mhm.
How's
I'm
that?
going to sneak past and try and approach. And now the lights have gone out.
Okay, there we go.
There we
Should be
go.
better now. Thank
Sorry, I
you.
knocked my
Good.
torch.
Sweet.
Yeah, Mitch is just as well.
And that is an attempt to lure someone in, which is a trick that I have to move a dice to fright.
Okay, go for it.
And then I'm just going to stare at her hand and try to understand what she's doing, and if possible, make it not happen anymore.
Okay. So I'll get you to roll your dice to see if you're successful on that one. Jen.
Yeah. So through the dark glasses, I
Yep.
attempt to peer at the world
You're trying to look at
inside
all
the
the
world, and
drizzling green numbers.
little blue
Yeah.
green characters start moving around. Oh, and there's a 6.
That is a 6. Okay, so with a 6, as you throw on your sunnies, you sink into the matrix of the world around you. You feel the comforting wash of those glowing green numbers creep up through your vision and then down again as they start to resolve themselves into the threads of frozen air and the frozen floor underneath this kid. And you see that she is connected with a ghostly costume. She is channeling the cold of Gehenna, the underworld, to chill the very air around her. But in saying that, you can see that she's also just a kid in a sheet. So, in order to get her to stop, all you would need to do is take off her sheet.
I got to take off her sheet.
Okay, go for it. You got a 6, brother. Go for your life.
If it's a rugby move, I could show off my abilities at the same time. Shift
You could just straight up tackle her. Just kind of like, boom, it's a ruck.
Boom. Yeah, there's a grab tackle. So, so it's
get
like
rucked.
she
Get
drops
rucked,
underneath the sheet,
Yeah.
and I'm
Okay.
holding it up now.
All right. So as you do that,
okay,
kid goes, oh, my tummy, and you see like she burps and then she kind of goes, and like a chocolatey bubble of spit
Oh no.
forms. Like, you know when you like have a little bit of throw ups, but it's just spit, and you've been going way too hard on the lollies, like when you're at the movies and you eat like an entire bag of gummy snakes, and like all of your saliva becomes like gelatin. It's like that. And she's not about to throw up. It's just kind of like lolly spit. Her hands are all covered in chocolate. There's chocolate everywhere.
It's all the Jeffers.
Oh, you guys did have lollies.
Yeah,
Like-
clear evidence they have lollies. They
Yeah.
probably still have some.
Slightly distracted by the lollies, and I forget there's ice all over the floor. And how did that come from?
Yeah.
What kind of candy? What kind of lollies have we
As-
got over there?
As an extra distraction to give people time, especially maybe Kevin might want to jump in on something, or any of you. I'm on the other side of the chairs, and as a class clown, I can always cause unmitigated chaos. It's just a thing I can do. So I'd like to grab one of the chairs and just go thunk, and the whole row, hopefully, falls over, clatters all over the place, and it's the perfect distraction. And that also moves the
Awesome.
dice to Fright.
Awesome. Okay, so as you're doing this, the other 3 kids sort of turn around and go, "Oh, Rachel! Oh, you ruined it! Oh, bye!" And the other 3 go running off
Don't forget to
into
leave us your lollies.
So
And Mitch will just look at
as
Rachel and
they're running
go,
out,
"Hmm."
the ringleader does drop behind what appears to be a Pascal's bag of pineapple.
Mine.
Loot!
Yeah,
Hey,
it is
it's
half
all of us.
eaten. There's some semi-melted in the top half.
Those are
But
the
your
problems.
unmitigated chaos and the resolution of the ghost means that you do have your first candy, which is a bag,
Yay.
half-eaten bag of Pascal's pineapple lumps.
We'll share it.
That's amazing. How much candy do we get each?
So that's going to give you each 1 candy,
Oh, one whole
which is the equivalent
pineapple
of 3 pineapple lumps.
lump. Oh, well done, New Zealand.
Produced a candy that's the equivalent of a third of a candy.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Yeah,
to be
well, I
a
mean,
side of kiwi.
like one pineapple lump isn't really enough to be like candy TM, because you can't just have one pineapple.
Are these legally distinct pineapple lumps? Like the ones you find at bitten?
Pineapple lump with 1 P in the middle of pineapple.
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 Pinple.
Pineapple. It's got 2 B's instead of 2 P's, so it's pineapple.
Pineapple.
Pineapple lump.
Yeah, okay.
Pineapple lump.
Pineapple lump. Legally distinct.
Mm.
Okay. All right, team. Moving on from that, you've got the ghost girl who is no longer actively in ghost mode, but she's clearly not feeling very well. She's sort of sitting there groaning, holding her tummy, but she's not being hostile as she was before. What's the plan here, team?
Um,
I-
she's not about to throw up, is she?
You might have to go and talk to her to check.
Ugh. I'll go over and talk to her. Like, oh, you right? You gonna heal?
No, I thought I was, but not anymore. I think I'm okay.
I think Mum always
Sorry
said that cold
sorry
things-
for shooting ghost
Yeah.
stuff at you.
How'd you do
I
that?
thought, I don't know. But I felt all weird now in my brain. Now I don't feel all weird in my brain. I feel all weird in my tummy, but okay in my brain.
Well, Mum does say that cold things are good for a sore tummy, so maybe just go lick it. But-
I'm not licking that floor. You guys have walked all over it, and I don't know
No.
if you had cleaned your gumboots before you came in.
These,
Well,
I think
not
I'll be.
gumboots.
I think I'll be okay. I
Full
think
one.
I'm just gonna go home.
that's
Yeah,
probably
I
a
Mitchell just
don't-
good
with his
idea.
yeah.
gumboots and go.
Um,
Oh, I'm pretty sure these are the ones I wore in the cow shed, eh? Mm.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think my
yeah.
mum is waiting in that on the car park, or she's at the cafe a little bit down the road. So
Okay.
I'll go. I'll
Right.
go.
See you on Monday.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Julia.
In the care that only little kids can do. You'll be
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Mitch will
okay, she'll be
just
fine.
go, she's leaving. See you, teacher for eating all the chocolate. It's also as only little kids can do.
Yeah. All right. So you guys think, as far as you can see, you pretty much have this entire space to yourselves. You can see that there's a big decoration in the middle of the stage up there that seems to have some sort of dry ice effect spooling out of it and dripping down onto the floor in the way that only dry ice smoke can do. What would you like to do now that you're in here and you've managed to run off the competition?
Hey, Kev, should we go check that out?
Oh, Mitch definitely wants to go check that out.
Kev says yes.
I-
I can tell under his two masks. It's an eye movement.
Yeah.
Once Kevin thinks it's like clear, he's just gonna like just try and climb over all the chairs and just run for the stage. Just like beeline straight
alright.
for the stage.
Yeah. Are you? Is
My way
that
up.
Kevin, or is that the unholy trinity of Kevin and his two monster costumes?
It's Kevin.
Okay, roll for your just
You
to
are Kevin.
clarify, readers. When we were doing test games for this, Kevin basically didn't get much of a chance to use his powers, but we discovered that because he's wearing a mishmash of costumes, he's got the powers from all of them. So he's actually just like the chosen one, or like Jack from the legally
Spoilers.
distinct Invincibles.
Oh.
Kevin doesn't do too well and trips over a chair.
Kevin is
You
very
get
small.
stuck.
Kevin is very small.
Yeah, go back and pull him out.
Maybe Kevin has a little bit of a rough time getting up after that one. So please move a dice into your pipe ball.
Mitch
Yeah.
will just go give Julia a hand to pick up Kevin because
Come on, Kev.
like we want to get the chocolates. Like, come on, like you can do it, Kevin. I mean, the one of the few times you ever
Around?
see him be nice to people.
Mhm.
All right, so Julia, as you're having a little bit of a wander up,
Mhm.
you can see this big cauldron that is sitting on the Sorry, team. I'm having a little bit of a candy bubble myself. You can see that there's this big bubbling cauldron of what appears to be dry ice sitting on the stage. It's a little odd that it's kind of like on in the middle of the night, but maybe one of the grown-ups just forgot to turn it off before they left. You can see that there's a large collection of other Halloween decorations sort of strewn around haphazardly. There's some of the candy spiders. What would you guys like to do now that you can see this?
Can I
Like,
Ma-
I think Mitch is just gonna go wants to go up on stage and it's like, because he's he's gonna channel his inner wrestler and show no fear, no matter what's happening, no matter who his opponent is. And he wants to go up on stage to the look at the cauldron thing.
Awesome. So as you get a little bit closer, you can feel the humming of the engine inside the cauldron underneath the floor. It's setting up a little bit of vibration, and you can hear the bubbling of the dry ice in the water and that sort of thing inside as this is sort of like tipping and tipping and pouring all the smoke everywhere. But you also hear, as you're coming up this way a little bit, you hear a sliding shuffle and a clunk. And a little bit of a...
I don't think we got rid of them all, guys. I think there's someone else here's just eating a lot of candy.
You
Somebody
just
needs
opened the
some
Rancor
tips
pit.
on how to be a zombie. That's a terrible noise.
And you hear a boom, boom,
Oh,
boom, as this misshapen, apparently burlap sack of struggling children and
no.
sugar-fueled hyperactivity comes
Oh,
ponderously towards you as you hear the voices from inside cry together, lollies, lollies.
Sounds like my brother Jason.
Give me your
Jason, don't be an idiot.
lollies. As it's reaching out its several hands towards you, Mitch. Lollies. And just to clarify, readers, and for those of you watching at home, this is now, we've gone from a haunt into a bash, which is where we've got high risk, high reward situations that the players can do when faced with a big threat or big setback. And this candy, what did I call it? Candy Hulk. Has got its grippers coming for Mitch at this point.
Mitch is, he's not scared. He's not scared. He's channeling his, he's channeling his inner wrestler. He's channeling that superstar he's watched on TV. And he's just like, you don't frighten me. I've got this. And if you're not careful, I'll put you in a what was it? Scorpion deathlock. That's it's called.
Is that yummy? It doesn't sound yummy.
I don't
Give
think
me
it's supposed to hurt.
your
No.
lollies. As it's reaching out like towards you. So you're going to roll with your fight here?
Oh yeah, and I'm using the fact that he's my signature talents is as a star that he the wrestling star that he is.
Okay.
And he's going to move.
Roll your diggity dice there, homie.
So I move another one back up to out of fright into fight. Hey, I'm like I've got two. Roll two. They're running.
Hey, 4 is a mixed success.
Yes, yeah.
So with a 4, I'm going to say that you managed to knock away his hand the first time with this like corner of the sack, and you hear a squeal of the kid inside getting their knuckles wrapped by your cardboard baseball bat. But he does swing an arm around, and you go to duck, but rather than ducking and being able to get back up again, like you don't get hit by him, but you fall to the floor, and you're going to be a little bit slower on the uptake for some other stuff going forward. So the rest of you guys are seeing this happen up on the stage. What would you like to do?
I want
Guys, we have to help him. There's like 7 kids in there.
Yeah, there's like 7 kids in there.
I want to hurl Toto at him, but I want to by using one of my tricks.
Okay, what's the trick?
Creating a magical effect.
What magical effect would you like to create?
I want Toto to come to life.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
So as I hurl Toto with all the force that I have in my little body, I want Toto to become an actual dog, even if for a moment, and just bite this guy.
Okay.
One of his arms.
Just as a given, because Toto is a magical dog, he is not poisoned by chocolate. So what I'm going to get you to do is roll your dice to see how effective the bite situation is going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, chat's like, sick him, Toto.
So I've got, can I move one from my fright into fight for this? Because I did that.
You can, because you're using one of your abilities, yes.
Yeah, cool. And I've got 2. Come on,
Well,
Toto.
it's not yeeting the puppet. It's more like, Toto, I choose you. And the dog is like, arrives at the end of the throw, not at the start of the throw.
You like netball shot it?
Yeah, poof.
Oh no.
I will get Toto back, don't you worry. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me do this again. Right, so I got my 2 dice from flight, and I'm Flight? Yes, flight's the right one, isn't it?
That's a fight.
Fight. 5.
Okay, same thing. It's sort of a similar thing. So that is a success.
Mhm.
So you have yeeted the dog. I don't like saying that. That feels uncomfortable to
Better
say.
than kneecapping the guy.
Yeah. What was it? Stow the dog that we did last time? Like I stow the dog.
I stowed the dog, last time.
Yeah.
So this time I'm gonna.
Okay.
Um,
let me just
I
see if I can get a little
propel
token.
the puppy.
Yeah.
It's a propelled puppy. Propel puppy.
All right.
There's a
I'm
cartoon.
just gonna put the bat here to represent the dog.
Puppy power.
Yeah.
Puppy power.
So the bat.
So 90s cartoon reference for you. Puppy
Yeah.
power.
Okay. So
Puppy.
So the dog is here. Dog bites the sack full of hyped up kids who, for some reason, are in the Oogie Boogie bag. Deploy the dog.
Deployed the dog.
Launch the Labrador.
Okay, so yeah, you've managed to rip a hole in the bag, and 2 of the kids come tumbling out of the leg socket section, and they go, "Ah, thank God I got out of there. Jacob farted." And they're gonna
You
run
missed.
away from the situation. Okay, so this candy hulk is getting smaller and smaller as you guys are taking pieces out of it. So good job. Before we do anything else, I'm just really quickly going to pop to the bathroom. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Chat, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask the players, please do so now. I'm going to be back very, very shortly.
Sweet.
Hey,
Lovely.
Mitch, don't forget to chuck me back my dog.
When I get
a
up,
minute.
I'm
Oh, I pooped the snoot.
get these guys.
Boop. Hang on. All right. I had a number of dogs to choose from, and my daughter decided that this was the best one tonight. And because Toto's black, normally I
The black
gave her a little
bow,
ribbon.
that
Yeah.
counts.
Someone asked in chat, Cast, what's your favorite candies?
Oh,
Whittaker's.
as in
I'm a
us as
sucker
people
for
or
red.
our characters? Oh,
I think us. I think as players.
natural's a good choice.
I'm
I'm
for
a sucker.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a sucker for red licorice. Always was
Ooh.
raspberry licorice.
The red
And back
licorice
in
with the chocolate in the middle?
No, not special. I used to love the Black Knight red raspberry licorice, and then it changed. It's not as nice as it used to be, but it's still good.
Has anybody ever had like the proper Dutch licorice? The real
Once.
salty stuff.
Yes. No.
I used to work with a Dutch guy.
And you get some licorice from them.
Did Santa Claus give
Yeah.
you some really yummy Dutch chocolate?
Thank you for waiting, team. Really, really appreciate it.
No worries.
We answer the
Okay.
important questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to send Alex some Whittakers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah.
We'll have to. Okay, so moving on. Who would like to do what next? Remember, this is not D&D. There's no initiative or turn action. This thing is still kind of swinging its head around ponderously, looking for Mitch, which it can't see because you are now below its line of sight. It can't reach the dog.
Kevin has been spurred on by seeing Toto attack this thing. And he's going to pull down his masks and pull out his big plastic knife, because that's all he was allowed to bring. And he's going to charge at the monster and try and chop at its bagging to see if he can make it open up more.
All right, awesome. Is that going to be Kevin or is Costume doing this?
The costume.
Okay, roll your fight dice for me.
You can jump up on me if you want to get him because he's up on the stage.
5.
Okay, 5 is pretty much as good a success as you're going to get. So I'll get you to move your character up to where you want to be on the screen.
Oh shit.
So you're gonna just try and cut the bag as much as you can to get the kids that are trapped inside out.
Yeah, aiming for a seam or something, hoping it will
Okay.
just sort of split.
Awesome. So you managed to find the belly seam, sort of like when you've got people pushing their body parts against the tent. There's sort of like a spot where you can see quite clearly that there's no one in between, and you sink your little sharp thing in and you cut it all away, and you manage to cause such damage to the candy hulk that the bag basically comes apart at the seams, and the kids scramble out and escape. Congratulations, the candy hulk is now no longer a threat.
What a
Well
weird
done.
costume. Kevin, get out of there!
Yeah, Kevin, the one little setback from that one is, Kevin, you are now within the parachute encasement of
It's just
the of the Candy Hulk.
Okay.
Kevin is
Like
now a
those-
ghost.
Do you want me to get him out from there?
Yeah, and Toto.
Up,
Can you
yeah,
chat me,
sure,
Toto?
fine.
And is Toto still?
And your little dog too?
Yeah, and my little dog
Yeah.
too. Um,
And Mitch is just gonna, pull the,
Is-
he'll pull the thing off Kevin.
is
and
my
say,
little
"Well,
dog still animated?
Yeah,
Or is
your
my
little dog is literally just because it's a part of your costume, and your costume is starting to gain more and more power throughout the night. Your little dog is still like animated.
Sweet.
So
Hello, my
Mitch will
little
just
animated.
Mitch will pet the dog.
He
I'm
likes
going to
boots
say
and
that
scratches.
Cliff was slow to react to that one,
Mhm.
who would normally have come rushing to Mitch's defense, because he got distracted by what he could see up through this window bit.
Mhm.
Because
Just to be
there's a
clear,
chest at the
that's
back
not a window.
there.
That's just a door. It's just like an
Okay,
open
that
door.
is a door. I thought it might have been raised. Okay. So there's a chest at the back there that might have candy in it. And I think he's
Like
gonna
We are here for the lollies. Let's
ignore
go.
the omnipresent decorations that are everywhere and start blundering in.
Ugh.
I mean,
Don't
you would
worry about
normally
the
be
spider
able to
webs.
avoid the omnipresent decorations if these weren't massive, thick, clinging spider webs. So these ones
Ooh.
have and as you're sort of wandering and you find yourself getting caught up a little bit, one of the candy spiders scuttles its way over to you and starts to click its pincers menacingly in your face. However, this thing is only about the size of your fist, but it is still a spider made of candy that is looking aggressively at you. What would you like to do with your powers of the Matrix to mitigate the situation?
Yeah, it does feel like one of those moments rather than one of the other ones.
I mean, it's entirely up to you what you'd like to do.
In the
I would like to tap into the web, please.
Oh,
Man, that's a deep cut.
I'm gonna kind of yeah, I think it's like sensing the vibrations, and again just getting in touch with that deeper layer of reality and the way things are connected, and also just letting it come in a little. So it's half my trick of luring someone in and half my tapping into the beyond, because I need another dice to be rolling with this. And I will attempt to just reshape the whole web so that it moves away from me.
Interesting. It's a bold take, but
Sort of
yeah,
partly by will and just partly by because a complete understanding of the geometry of just placing force in exactly the right place. And I have 2 dice to do that with,
yeah.
and I got a 6.
Yeah.
you managed to explain to me what you want to pull off here, because you're going to do it without a hedge.
Yeah. Basically, sort of as this spider creeps closer and closer to his hand, he turns around towards anyone can see, and there are little like diode flashes coming from behind his glasses. He goes, "Watch this!" and just sort of raises his hands, and the web just parts and curls up, pinning all the spiders behind it against either wall.
Nice.
Ooh,
That
cool.
rules.
And he walks towards the chest.
That's very cool. Well done. So as you approach, you recognize this as one of the crates that usually hold like the volleyballs and the rugby balls and that sort of thing in the gymnasium, that's been painted up and paper mache to look like some sort of chest like this. There's no lock on it, but what would you like to do with it?
I'll just immediately open it.
Okay. As you open it, the secret noise or secret area located sound from Zelda plays. So it's and as you do so, you open it up and you realize that this is one of the stashes of candy that has been left around the school. It's not, given what happened last year, they've gotten wise a little. So what they've done is they've opted for doing several different caches of smaller amounts that the grown-ups know about, which they can pull candy from for doing lolly scrambles and all that sort of stuff throughout the various different events that go on. But what you find in there is 3 K-bars. So it'll be 1 raspberry, 1 lime, and 1 blackcurrant.
Ugh, yeah.
You
As a
find
genuine reaction.
3 crunchy bars,
Oh, full size.
full size.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And you also find an assorted, there's 6 50-cent mixtures in there as well.
Ooh.
1 8.
I'm
oh,
dibsing the
actually,
blackcurrant.
So feel free to divvy that candy up how you'd like.
Metrogrit would definitely happily have a 50-cent mixture.
Were
But
they?
I'm talking about 1999 50-cent mixtures.
They'd be
Oh yeah,
huge.
hell yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's- Mitch is like, oh yeah.
Off
So
the
how many
chart.
candy total is that numerically?
So that'll be 3 candy each total for the entire
Ooh.
box.
3.
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
3.
Sheesh, up to 4
In the
candy.
discussion, what I have here are chocolate-coated berry-flavored almonds, which
Mm.
barely
Oh.
count as candy, but
How times have changed.
I have 4 of them. Yeah,
I got throat loss.
I could have a lime K-bar because I'm feeling generous and letting everyone else have the other things.
I love K-bars, but they do
K-bars are
not agree with my teeth.
bomb. No,
Oh yeah.
I can't eat them anymore.
Very sticky.
Mm-mm.
Possibly because I ate too many K-bars in my youth. They were amazing.
There. So
Oh, yeah. I may not have made the old K-bar spike as a kid.
Well, I think we all did that, along with the
Yeah,
candy
yeah,
cane shiv.
Oh yeah, you stuck it. Yeah, you drew it down to the point when you sort of sharp lost.
as the young child of the group, I think I know what K-bars are. And they have like the paper that
Somebody in
kind of
chat
gets
get
sort
a
of stuck
picture?
to them a little bit, and they're like
and
Yeah,
it's
they're kind of like
basically
iced
thin,
coffee.
single colored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
coloured.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going crazy.
Oh
There
no,
you
no. But you can still get them
Oh
if
yeah,
you know where to look. Yeah, they disappeared for a while, but now they're back. Now you've got us on a tangent about K-bars ish. Come on.
if you're in trouble and you know where to find them, you can always call K-bars.
Yum yum. The toffee ones were, and you can get them in bulk at Mighty Ape.
this feels
They
very
call-
Toffee milks. Was it toffee
not a
milks?
distraction.
No,
All right, so
long bar
Team.
covered in chocolate.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Maybe.
now that we're to pull everything back because I'm wary of our time, what would you guys like to do from here? So you found the first big cachet of candy.
Mitch still wants to go and
Yes.
look at the that
Something obvious.
cauldron.
Mhm.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
in
yeah.
there?
Oh,
Yeah, that's not enough. We want to beat
What?
these other guys finding candy too.
now if we were to snack on candy,
So if we were to snack on candy here, you guys have all been pretty successful
Ooh.
in your
fix my shoes.
in your use of your. Oh yeah, actually no, you can fix your shoes here if you'd like to.
I'm going to spend 3
We're going
candy
to take a
to
little
fix
bit
my
of a
shoes.
break. Yeah. This would also be a spot where you can
And
like take a little bit of a rest, just chow down on some candy, see how you're getting on.
hey Kim, check that knife. Pretty sure Auntie Vi only gave you a plastic one.
Yeah.
It did a lot
Plastic.
of damage. Oh, mind
Didn't
you.
hurt anybody.
No, that's true. All right. Have you seen my dog? It's alive.
You're
my
worried
shoes
about
are
the
just
working.
looking at
knife.
the dog and then looking at his hands.
Yeah.
And
And,
Mitch is looking at his baseball bat. It's suddenly starting to feel a little bit more metallic,
Ooh.
I guess.
Mhm. Yeah,
There's
everyone's
the
costumes are starting to feel a little bit
glow
less
from
like
the
I made
lightsaber
them out
coming
of
up.
mum's sewing cabinet and a little more actually exists in the universe.
So my sketches are looking a little bit more actual Dorothy like. And my school shirt isn't feeling like a school shirt.
There's not much difference between a dressing gown and a Jedi robe, but you know.
I'm really starting to feel Dorothy. Channeling her.
Yeah, everyone's channeling in a big way. Okay, so
We should
does
put it in
anyone
a
else
play one
want to
day.
take a does anyone else want to take a moment to repair any props? I'm pretty sure you guys are the only ones who you haven't had any damage to your props or anything. So that's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
good.
No, I don't think I have it. Mitch
Yeah.
hasn't.
Awesome.
Just gotta remember where my dice are. There you go. Righto.
Okay, so Mitch, as you're investigating this big bubbling pot of dry ice, you notice that instead of getting turned off in the scuffle or anything like that, it seems to be bubbling a bit faster, a little bit harder, like someone's just dumped a whole bunch of fresh dry ice in it, pumping out a whole bunch of fresh smoke.
Mitch would just be remembering as like his dad would this kind of thing. His dad would be like, someone's left the things on again.
Hmm.
You know,
Do you want to try and find the cable to switch it
Still
off?
bubbling, Mitch.
Oh yeah, he wants to try and find the cable to switch it off because
Alright.
as much
I'm
as
not
he
gonna-
doesn't like it, he's just gonna be meh.
All right, so I'll get you to. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You do find the cable, and you unplug it, or do you switch it off at the wall first before you unplug it?
Mitch just a rebel. Mitch would just pull the cable. He's just gonna nope, yank the cable.
Oh my god!
Really know about electrical safety. Too
Yeah,
much.
but hey,
Yeah?
it's 1999.
99. It was not
It's
that much.
99. It's 99. It's very briefly before the Y2K thing, anyway. Everyone's
Yeah.
kind of like they either care a lot or they
Brilliant.
don't care at all.
Yeah.
We're farm kids.
Yeah.
We deal with much.
Well,
Being a
certainly before
machinery
you
every
could
day.
hot unplug electric computer things.
All right, so Mitch, you unplug it, and turning around, job done, cable in hand. You expect to look upon a still surface, but with horror, you realize that it's still bubbling, even though you've unplugged it. You look down towards the plug in your hands, back up towards the cauldron.
Okay. That's not normal. Like
Did you unplug it? You sure?
yeah, it's like and he dangles the end of the cord with the plug.
Maybe there's another cord. I'll walk around it to
There's
see if
always
there's
another cord.
There's always another cord.
But do we find one?
No, you don't
Presumably
find another
not.
one. It's
No.
literally just one cable.
You guys have
Hmm.
long pokey things. Someone poke it.
Poke the thing?
Poke the thing.
Sure, I'll like.
Your lightsaber. We all in that go. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Roll your fight there. Roll your fight dice there, dude.
As if that's like a Does this count as? Probably doesn't. I don't think any of my tricks apply here. I have 2 dice though, so maybe we'll break through it without something horrendous happening. It's like in Empire Strikes Back at the beginning where they're cutting open the
Yep, I'm with you.
tauntaun. Yeah, that. That's a mixed success. It's a 5.
All right. So you managed to sink your lightsaber in, but you can't get it out again. It's
Oh no,
oh,
it's stuck in the ice. It's just like the beginning of episode 5 in every way. I had to pull it out. The force. No.
Pull them out.
So I lose this prop as damage as it's stuck.
I mean, you might be able
Stuck
to
in the dry
convince
ice?
everyone to give you a hand pulling it out.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. I can use my
Guys?
strength to help someone to support this. I'm gonna Cliff will rush and give it a good old school yank.
Sweet. I can use the space to
Doing
hold
that
the.
gives me 2 dice. Oh!
Oh no! This is
Ooh,
a
fail,
disaster.
boss.
All right, champion. Because you were trying to do this in such a way that was assisting someone else, I'm going to let you choose here. Do you choose to take the fail onto Mike's prop, or do you want to take the consequence for yourself here?
I'm going to say that it goes on me. I
Okay.
suggest possibly go back off the stage and fall, and the glasses are broken.
That is a noble sacrifice. Your glasses are broken.
I have 1 damaged prop.
I'm so sorry. I'm actually a little like high key heartbroken. I'm like, no.
I feel like
The
the-
thing is, you could have been like, no, I want to break his prop, but instead I break mine. That
Oh,
is
nice.
so noble.
I feel like the glasses
so
are more
noble.
valuable than the lightsaber, to be honest.
This is
In
true.
spirit.
Yeah. Also, we're pretty sure that someone's got a roll of sellotape somewhere, right? Or you might be able to find a roll of sellotape and
I
be able to
figured,
fix up
the
your.
it's Dad's old stock jacket. It's probably like mostly held together by.
It's got
duct
some
tape.
duct tape in there somewhere. What?
Yeah.
Okay. What I will say, because it wasn't like a 1 for your failure. It's not that your glasses are broken in the middle. It's just one of the arms is kind of like bent, so they don't sit right on your head. So they sit kind of like this.
Oh.
rather than properly. I've just lost an ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Just slightly off.
So
But does it mean I get my lightsaber back?
yeah. So
Or
that
is
does
it-
mean you get your lightsaber.
Okay,
back.
it's not damaged. Okay, cool. What did I find out from that stabbing? It was still a mix success.
That it's solid. It's a lot
Okay.
more solid than the plastic that it looked like it was made out of.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Is it actually bubbling?
Yeah, it's bubbling.
Does it
And
smell
there's something
funny?
there's it smells like burnt sugar a little
Huh.
bit. Like, you know how dry ice smells? In the dry ice,
Mm.
it's kind of like that dusty sort of burnt sugar smell. But in the hole that's been left behind from Mike's lightsaber being pulled out, more smoke is pouring out of that hole. Onto the
I don't
Sure.
like the look of this. I think
Should we
we
just
should
back
get some
away?
candy somewhere else. Yeah, just run away. Why
Not
not?
run,
I mean,
because we don't run.
Calmly. Oh, not in the hall. No.
No,
Not
we're
in the
going
hall.
to
I'd never do
calmly,
that.
not in the hall. And also, if you run, it means if there's any older kids looking, they will make fun of us later because we ran away because we're little kids. I'm not a little
Oh.
kid.
Yeah, you're 9 3/4 as you keep reminding us.
Exactly. Are you coming next week? There's a bouncy castle.
Yeah, of course.
Next, I got Dad to put it next to the pond so we can bounce into the pond.
How deep is the pond?
Deep enough.
I'm pretty sure we went swimming there last year, and it was. I mean, I couldn't touch the bottom.
While we're having this conversation, we're backing away.
Yeah,
People are
yes.
backing away.
Mitch is just sort of looking longly at it, going, that
Grab
looks so
Kevin
cool.
by
Cliff
Don't
is still
touch it.
sitting in the corner underneath the stage, sort of muttering to himself about stupid stages and so on, and eating 3 of his candy
All right, you want to fix up
as
your
he tears
sunnies?
a bit of tape off and tries to straighten his glasses.
All right, yeah. So
Oh,
you
but he's
managed to
waiting there.
successfully repair your glasses.
As
Well
you
done.
finish with that, I hold a hand out.
Oh,
Can I
no.
But for
stand
those
up, Cliff?
commenting, sorry, so for
Let's
those
go.
commenting that a bouncy castle is fancy, I'm Daddy's little princess. Sorry, I interrupted there.
And also, Mitch will definitely not be not taking his shoes off.
He just never takes his shoes off. It's fine.
Yeah,
All right.
Gumboots and Bouncy Castle. Classic.
Hang yes.
I need more candy. I ate most of it already. So, should we go
Yeah,
find
we're
some
going
candy?
through it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to use my
Um,
brain to figure out how to fix my shoes.
All right.
Each
So
of them.
everyone's had an opportunity to have a little bit of a rest, get themselves up to
Mm.
the equivalent of full HP, and we're backing away from the big scary pot bubbling in the
Choosing a
middle of the
different
hallway.
direction.
Right, whereabouts are we going?
Pivoting.
Pivoting. Yeah. Pivot.
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 Yeah. Pivot turn.
Back out into the main hall, maybe, guys?
Mm-hmm. Right, there's a whole other school.
Yeah.
Well, what's
Yeah.
over here
Oh,
somewhere?
the ones over there aren't doors. The only doors into and out of this part of the building are the ones you came in.
No.
Should we walk back? Make sure Kevin doesn't get stuck under any chairs again.
Yeah,
You can
Kevin's
probably
going to go
fit
around the
under the
side this
chairs.
time rather than trying to go over the chairs.
Mhm.
Oh, look, he's learning.
Mitch is just going to go the opposite way to everyone else.
Rebel.
Hmm.
I go the same way, but I
Come on, Cliff.
somewhat jog, questionably, arguably run.
Cliff is looking resentfully at this weird bubbling thing.
Mhm.
Cliff,
Took your
like,
glasses from you.
You can come and kick it later.
yeah.
Okay.
I want some sugar.
I'm good at
firewood.
kicking things, and then he hurries up and tries to beat everyone else out the door.
Well, that's
but
why you're
it's
the
too
second
late.
best player in the rugby team.
Shut up.
One day you'll be the best.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys come out of the door, you see what appears to be some sort of Mexican standoff between the first group of kids you guys saw and the second group of kids you guys
These
saw.
Muppets again.
Yeah. Oh, well.
We back away from
as
these
you
guys
as
as
you
well.
sort of like come through the door, you see these two groups of kids squaring off, and some of them are doing like spell casting gestures. The guy who's a cowboy's got like his little finger gun out, pointing at the other kids. We've got a person who's dressed as a frog knight who's holding a shaking silvery sword, and we've got someone who appears to be a strawberry clown. And on the other side, we've got the ringleader. We've got someone with a simmering fireball in her hand, dressed all in red. We've got someone hefting what appears to be a toy rendition of their dad's big axe, and the ghostly ice wunderkind that we saw earlier too. There's a standoff happening here. What do you guys want to do?
Or no? Do they notice us as we come out the door? Or
Oh,
what's
yeah.
their behavior?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And so it's kind of like that Spider-Man meme where everyone's pointing at each other. Like
Mhm.
that. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we
Um,
surely can't take them all. As a maybe this will work. As a class clown, I have the ability to pin the blame on someone else. And so, I mean, this is kind of flavored as me as a Jedi, but I'm using the class clown ability.
Jedi mind
Okay.
trick.
Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
These are not the kids you're looking for, and we can shuffle out of the way.
It's freaking excellent. I'm gonna need you to roll. I can't give advantage in this game. If I could, I would. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to roll. But I think you get 3
Okay.
dice for that one.
I
I was
will
gonna say, surely remember
absolutely
dice
do
cost.
that.
Mm.
And it's 4 mixed success. Definitely not the kids you're looking for.
Okay,
But
these are not the kids you're looking for. The kids on the side of the ghostly girl are like, "Oh, yeah, no, we already got all the lollies in there anyway. You can go. It's fine." And the ghostly girl steps by to let you past. Other
Mhm.
way, Julia.
You're right.
Over
the
here.
other way. I
Over
got
here.
turned around.
That's fine. But the other kids start yelling, "Oi!
Go,
Oi,
go,
nah,
go, run,
nah, we haven't checked. Oi, nah, get back here."
So we get past these guys and just start
Yep.
running down the
Start
hallway.
running.
These guys here have let you pass, but the other guys are now giving chase.
I was about to
Mitch
say,
is
let's go up
just
the
like,
stairs.
whatever.
Uh-oh.
No,
no.
so
No.
the stairs are closed. First of
Oh.
all, like there's a lot of decorations, but there's
Oh,
also a
God.
teacher stung up like danger tape.
Okay.
Like,
Fine.
Mitch doesn't believe in danger tape.
Yeah.
Draw
All right. So
over
what are
He's
you
dangerous
what are you
tape.
kids doing here? As the other kids are like, "Hang on, we haven't had a chance to check your bloody pockets. Get back here!"
It's
Are
one
you
of the
guys
rooms.
just running?
It's because
Is
it's got
is it the cowboy from the first time in this
Yep.
lot?
Oh.
Mitch is just kind of looking at him going, didn't you learn from the beginning?
get in here.
And like,
And
Oh,
we'll
Julia's
try
down a room.
go in here and maybe slam the door behind us.
He's being fueled by candy and rage. I don't think he's paying much attention.
Ugh.
Okay, so you guys go sprinting into this room. Do you slam the door behind you, or do you just sort of like
I
shut
hope
it
so.
gently because you're not an animal and you weren't raised by wolves?
We're missing Cliff. There he is.
Mitch will just slam it. Mitch will come through fast and just go, up.
Where's Cliff? Oh my god.
Cliff, come in.
Cliff
Yeah,
is
he's coming.
underneath.
Yeah, they're
Mitch.
standing on top of each
Yeah.
other.
Okay. Okay, so after a hair-raising, heart-pounding chase down the halls of your high school, you manage to find refuge in this room.
Yeah,
There
survive the
appears to be a
roll.
bunch of decorations. The vibes are off.
Vibes are off around here. Feels weird. Can I No, it's alright.
Are they gone?
I want to try and tap into the beyond, but I don't want to necessarily move another dice across. I want to try and tap into the beyond. I want to. Speaking
Okay,
of vibes,
yeah. Okay.
how
What
was
do you
that?
what do you want to find out from tapping into the beyond?
I guess I want to tap into the vibes and go for just try and figure out what is actually going on, because that's just weird. I mean, kids are weird around candy anyway, but it just seemed like it was like next level random. And then there was actual fire, and then the ice in the hall earlier, and then Toto and the web thing, and it's just like something's not adding up.
Toto goes and he looks your face, and it's just like a cotton.
Oh, not you, Toto,
Fleshy
and
tongue.
like little scratches. You're okay. You're good. Boop boop. Yeah.
All right. So, if we're rolling with fright for your vibe check.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, rolling with fight for your vibe check. 'cause that's
Yeah. So
connecting
I've
with
actually
the
now
beyond.
got 3 dice in there as well.
That's good.
I'm hedging my bets, so I have to move one back later because higher 2 4s and a 1, so highest is 4.
Okay. I believe that is a
Mixed.
mixed. Okay.
Yeah, just a
So
mix.
with the mixed success, you're successful in determining that yes, indeed, the vibes are way off. But the exact nature of the vibes is still eluding you a little bit. Like
Yeah.
you know that it's something to do with the big cauldron and the smoke it's pouring out, but aside from that, you're not sure.
Well, do we want to go back and that cauldron is
Like,
got
I
something
knew
to do with
there's
it?
something wrong. Like, when it wouldn't
I don't want
stop
to go
when I
back in there.
unplugged it.
Yeah, this is weird. But don't want to go home because I want more chocolate. But also, I want to know what's happening. It's weird. She'll just keep saying that over and over again.
Yeah.
You can't kind of figure it.
As
It's kind of
is,
stuck on a
but the
loop.
more Cliff hears of that, the more he gets a bit freaked out. I think this is like been enough now. With the spooky things, and now people have been chasing him. And I'm going to roll plight.
Ooh, okay.
So I've
Wonderful.
got 2 dice in jail at the moment, and
Mhm.
I will roll them and see if I get one back or something bad happens.
Hopefully. Phew.
I get one back,
Nice.
and I did not get a 1, so that's good. And that goes into fight, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So he just
Awesome.
looks up. Okay.
Excellent.
This
Okay,
is-
team.
Stoic is-
What are we doing here? Are we going hunting for more sweeties or?
There's this little
Hell yeah.
slime
feel
creature
inspired.
in the corner.
Yep.
What's
It's been holding real still, hoping you wouldn't notice it.
well, I sensed a presence. So
I sensed it.
As if a pumpkin cried out and then was silent.
Yeah, it's the smell of the
This-
word pumpkin. It's the sound of the word pumpkin being said in another room. Like the
Um,
same where LaCroix flavors are. It's kind of like a vague mention of lime.
But
this is sort
Well-
of alluding to it. Yeah, I want to investigate this slime creature.
Okay, so as you get closer and closer to it, it's trying really hard to stay super still, so you can't see it. But it's a slime, so any shiver just sets its surfaces a wobbling as jiggly as possible when it goes. Don't come any closer. Don't come any closer. I'll tell you where the lollies are if you leave me alone.
I put my lightsaber away and I say, "Hello there. I'm Mike. Who are you?"
General Kenobi.
I whispered,
No, no, no.
"Wait, don't."
I'm referencing A New Hope here. I'm
Yeah,
not anachronistic. We're not going to episode 3.
I know. I know. And the little blob goes, I'm spineless.
Your name is Spineless, or you are
And
Spineless?
that's just what they call me.
Ah, do you like that name?
No, but I'm too scared to stand up for myself.
Who are you standing up against, supposedly?
The bullies.
No, we don't like bullies.
Maybe they're just jelly of you, you know?
Bullies are dorks.
Yeah, but I'm too scared to say anything to them.
Like, is it the
Hey,
same
the
ones that
window
were
didn't
out
get
there
us fine.
before?
The guy in cowboy hat. He said my costume was stupid, and then he told me to get lost.
Yeah, well, his plastic spurs were lame.
Like, he tried telling me the same thing, and like, I just told him to shut the door, and he did. So,
Yeah,
he's-
but I
just stand up
told
for yourself.
I told him to shut the front door up, and he just laughed at me and told me I was lame and boring, and then I started to feel really sad, so I came in here. Are you guys gonna bully me?
Do you go to school here?
No, but my big brother does.
And Mitchell goes like, "How old's your big brother?
10.
Who's your big brother?
Dan.
Is Dan?
We
It
know
was. Yeah, well, no, Dan. Is Dan like? And Mitchell just go like, "What was Dan dressed as?"
So Dan's
We can-
actually not here.
Oh, Dan's not
You haven't
here.
seen Dan.
Hmm.
When did
But
you last see Dan?
Yeah, we actually will discuss that one. It's like,
So Spineless says that they last saw their big brother Dan about an hour ago.
Would we know what Dan's little kid's sibling's name was?
Probably not. This kid's about 6 years old. They're quite a lot younger than you guys.
So Mitchell then will ask then, what was Dan dressed like, so we can find if we find him.
He was dressed like a yeti, but he said that if I couldn't meet him in 20 minutes after him and Jake went up went over to the hall, then I wouldn't get a ride home. And I think he's gone.
Seems like we need to take you to Dan.
Could you?
You show us
I'll
where some
tell you.
candy are.
I know.
We'll take you
I know where
safely.
there's. No, I know there's a big chest in the music room. It's a big box.
Yeah, we can't
Yep.
leave him here.
I saw them putting it in when I was in here having piano lessons after kindy.
No.
Okay.
Mitch will be like, yeah, okay. Look, just please, just don't slow us down, please, please.
I'll try.
That's right. And besides, you're not well, Kevin's about your age, and look, Kevin's actually Kevin's scary, but
So
like,
Kevin, I'm imagining Kevin's look of abject disgust as being compared to someone who's like 5 or 6 years old.
It's okay,
I
Kev.
and Kevin's just like,
young.
not me that way, but I just you're closer to him than he is
Yeah,
to,
Kevin,
and
do you
like,
know him?
and you're kind of scary your stuff what you did before.
It's
Like,
just normal
I
kid
thought
stuff.
what was happening with me was weird, but what happened to
not
you
sure.
is like with the knife.
All right.
And if anyone
Should
can
we
show
check
him his
the-
backbone, that could be
Sorry.
you.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
why don't we call you Sydney? No, it doesn't work.
Dan 2.
Dan 2.
Dan
We'll
2.
call you Dan 2 because I don't want to call you Spineless. And Kevin will look after you because it's very important, Kevin, that we learn to look after the people younger than us.
Kevin will look
Just not.
disappointed, but he'll agree.
All right,
Right,
so
is the coast clear?
Mitch is just gonna
Dan
sidelock
2
it,
is
Julia.
going to grab hold of your hand here, Julia, and they've got that sticky little kid's hand.
Can Cliff like physically help the kid up?
I mean, yeah, like
Just
you're pretty
by
sure
way of using my strength to support someone and shifting
Okay.
a dice.
Yeah, awesome. That'll do. All right,
I take
so you
on a
guys
new
are.
role and move a dice from fight to fright. So I've got one for later. Got nothing in there at the moment because one of my treats as being the kid is taking on a new role. So now I guess I'm Dan 2's sister, Kira,
Older cousin?
babysitter, older cousin.
Hero.
No, well, maybe.
Has a ring to it.
What do you think, Toto? Toto agrees.
Knowing Julia is your family and all that, it's probably there's
Probably a cousin.
very distant related anyway. But yeah,
It's probably another cousin.
Yeah, probably distantly related somehow. Okay, so we're gathering around Dave 2. We're going to, just to clarify what the plan is, we're gathering
you.
around Dave 2. We're going to go get the second stash, and then you're going to haul cheeks out of there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sure.
You can reassess the situation. Might be quiet
Yeah.
down in the music room. Come on, Dan. 2. Let's go.
What's the fastest way to the music
Out the
room?
door. There
Ooh.
aren't any other doors here.
Oh no, they're there.
I'm gonna Cliff.
Oh, they're not there.
Okay,
Oh,
so
they're there.
as you walk out, Cliff, you hear the sounds of a muffled kid brawl, kind of like the sound of slapping, pinching, just like the sounds you'd hear if your siblings were fighting in another room, a little bit further down the hallway.
The
So
other way.
Cliff is going to put on his best shouty deputy captain voice.
Yep.
Which is showing off his shouty deputy captain voice and showing off his abilities to shift another dice. So all of my spare ones are now in fright. And he's going to do a big racking up rugby field call saying, "Hey, cut out now, yous!"
All right, roll your dice. Man, I hope that works.
3 d6. I'm just checking if I'm typing this right. Oh no, that was a 4. That would be too many.
Success.
Got a 6.
So, in the middle of their fight, they mistake your voice for a shouting adult, and they stand up straight, eyes wide, and start to scarper away. Well done. You've cleared the fight.
Wait.
Yeah.
So the coast is clear.
Right.
And as you guys are walking through, Dave 2 is going to come along behind you.
I hope
He's
you guys
going
know
to-
where the music room is.
He's going to
Yeah.
point to the door to show you which one the music room is.
Oh, this one?
Yep.
Oh.
Mitchell go through.
Come
I
on,
can't
Dan. So
see into
let's
it.
go. Go get your lolly.
Mhm.
I'm colliding with at least one wall.
Oh, sorry.
And we all try to get through the door at the same
I'll drag
time.
you guys in.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ah,
For some reason, the door mechanics aren't working there.
All right. Let's
But
have a
yeah,
look
we're in
around.
here, and Dan starts to toddle with his little legs and his little dungarees and his orange, like a lollipop kid outfit, like a high vis jacket, poncho situation. Starts to toddle over, and he points you over towards the big chest in the corner.
Drawn to the
There's
piano first, and I start playing chopsticks. 'Cause that's all I know, because I'm not allowed to do piano lessons.
Hey, Mitchell,
Mitch, Yep,
is
what's
gonna
Mitch
look
doing?
down, walking down. He's gonna look, and I'm guessing he's gonna look around and see what's in here near the
Yep.
candy bit thing. Just because things have been weird, and
Hmm.
he's a bit weary.
Mhm.
He's feeling brave, but he's a bit weary. So he'll go over, he'll just sort of look and see what else is in the around the area near the
Sweet. So as you're having a little bit of a look around, you see that there's some big pumpkins with some sort of twine situation approximating legs. You see some of the candy spiders. You see what looks to be one of Dave 2's classmates, like abandoned high-vis jacket. But if anything, the thrall seems to be a little bit weaker here. You're not 100% sure why, but it doesn't seem to be as intense as it was in the big hall. Maybe it hasn't had a chance to spread fully all the way here yet.
So the vibe is a little bit more normal.
Nowhere near as rancid as it was before.
Ooh.
Yep.
not as rancid as
Mitch
good.
is gonna go over
That
to
chest
the
is looking very
chest.
openable.
It's a very openable.
Mhm.
Who's gonna open it first? Racia.
Oh, Mitch is already
Mitch
there.
is already there.
Mitch is already there.
Mitch
Okay.
is gone.
Open-
He's
open
looked
up
around.
that-
He's gonna open
Open up
the
that chest, Mitch.
Yep.
All right, fantastic.
Mitch has opened the chest.
What is it? Is there anything in there?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh, no, say it to the boys, not you.
Time for the slide.
So
More candy.
what we have is
Candy.
several bags of the initial peanut M&Ms. Well, sorry, they're not
M&Ms
bags. In
crisp?
1999, they would have been little plastic tubes of like M&M minis.
Oh,
You guys
yes.
remember those?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A couple. So there's going to be another 4 50-cent mixtures. 10 total TNT individual wrapped candies. Remember the really sour TNTs?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and 2 bags of jet planes, as well as you're pretty sure there's some blocks of a Cadbury chocolate down the bottom too. Of the
Ooh, 99
caramello.
Cadbury chocolate.
Yeah, the caramello
Good
and
stuff.
the dairy milk.
Ooh.
That's
Caramello
an
was
epic haul.
prized.
There's also a bag of the cinnamon smokers in there as well, weirdly, even though no one likes them. It's like someone's just clearly like,
Left them in there.
yeah.
That's the little
Mitch will take them because
pink
he
things,
Yeah.
right?
is.
Then
Mitch
he
will
can
take
pretend
them
to
because
smoke
his mum likes them. For some reason,
Yeah.
his mum likes them.
Yeah.
There's also a miscellaneous bag of jelly beans. This looks like the stash that would have been used for like the big bowls of candy and that sort of thing that would have been left throughout the school once the celebration starts. So there's a lot of like packages of like licorice. There's also licorice all sorts in there too, of like bags of individual types of candy that would already get mixed together tomorrow or the day after. But because you guys are getting in here real early,
Mhm.
you're getting all the stuff like right from the source,
Sweet.
from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
This is an absolute
Ooh.
score.
Yeah.
How
it
much
is.
candy is that per person?
So that's
Yeah.
going to be 8 candy per person eventually once it
Whoa.
all shakes out.
It's a
Oh,
haul.
yeah. We'll pass it out and
I'm like lucky that the dressing gown has pockets because that is so
Yep.
much. Trying to stuff everything full.
Well, I was carrying things in Toto,
Oh.
and now I feel like I shouldn't be carrying things in Toto.
No, I
given
don't think
I'm
you should.
alive.
I don't think
I'm
you
really
should.
glad I
Come
took the
alive
torch out before.
But that's like
Um,
12 candy. It's a dozen candy each.
Yeah, it's a lot. The reason it's a lot is I'm starting to feel pretty unwell. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just get Dave to somewhere safe and then see how we get on from there. Does that sound good?
yeah,
Yep.
That sounds like a plan.
Let's get Dan out.
you're a
Dan two out.
trooper-ish. Thanks.
I'm keeping this map, by the way. We are going to be playing this again eventually.
Candy bracelets. Someone just mentioned those candy bracelets.
You could do this as a
Oh, that's a
promo.
throwback.
Okay, awesome. So we've got Dan 2, and now we're going to head back out into the hallway.
We've got a
Hey,
stash.
Amy, reckon we definitely need a snack warning on the stream.
Definitely. Peggy 13. Snacking intensifies. All right, I'm just going to move everyone over the door.
Whoop,
Whoop.
Yep.
Oh.
There
thank
he
you.
is.
we're out.
We're out.
Oops.
Now we've got to get past those guys at the front.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
so their brawl is sort of coming out a little bit into the hallway. But as you guys are you guys trying to sneak past, or are you just kind of like busy?
I feel like we
Surely
should,
we
but
can
I kind
run.
of want to release. I want to release some pent-up emotion, which I can do with my kid. She's getting frustrated
Awesome.
with these dudes.
Okay.
Just
What? Like,
being
yeah.
bullies and annoying, and they're just throwing their age around
Mhm.
because they're like at least 11. And I'm just getting really angry, and I want to stamp my foot and go, "Get out of the way, little kids coming through!"
Awesome. All right. So you guys come bolting past.
As only
Heading-
annoying little sisters can.
Yeah, heading towards the exit. And as you do so, who's in the marching order at the moment?
I'm guessing Mike.
come
Well, I
back.
got
Yeah,
moved
Mike,
out.
like,
So
oh.
me.
Oh,
I think
think,
Mike Clifford, bitch.
All right,
I think-
awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
I think I might be sort of try and keep like between
I'm trying to get Dan
the crew and
Dan-
everyone else.
Yeah, Dan
Like-
2 and Kev.
Yep, all right.
Either right behind me or right in front of me.
All right, so I'm just going to move you guys to. So Kevin and Julia and Dan are over here. There's Mitch and Cliff defending them from the
Yep.
big brutes.
Yep.
All right, awesome. So as you guys are sort of like trying to
Oops.
scare off these annoying kids and also protect your own haul of candy as well as Dave too from these horrible, horrible bullies. The reason I asked about marching order is because Kevin and Julia, you'll hear it first. You hear a screech of tires pulling in on the tarmac. You hear a car door slam.
Do we recognize the car? You know how kids
No, you can't
recognize their
see it. You
parents'
can just
car?
hear it, and you just hear the sound of adult heavy running feet.
Does it sound like a Toyota Hilux?
It does sound like a Toyota Hilux, yeah. So you hear the sound of
yeah,
adult
Everyone has a Toyota
adult
Hilux.
running feet.
Any
Adult running
of the
feet.
kids adults.
Yep, adult running feet. And you hear the voice calling out, "Bobby! Bobby, are you in there?" And Spineless goes, "Dad!" and goes running out towards the exit as you see this guy in a long swanny and his gumboots and his jeans. I'm sprinting up and pick up his little boy, who now is a little boy in a high-vis raincoat, who is so relieved to see his dad that he's burst into tears. And the dad sort of like shushes him and like cradles the back of his head and looks over at the rest of you kids and says, "Oh, thanks so much for looking after my little Bob. His brother left him here without checking like an absolute bloody silly idiot. I was so mad. I was spitting. I was bloody seeing stars. Thank you for looking after my kid. Do you guys want to ride home? Because there are other grown-ups here who are set off by the motion sensor alarms. They are not happy."
Kev, I think
Yes.
let's go.
We should go.
Yeah, do you guys
We
want to
should
ride?
go.
I've got a Hilux out
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
Yeah, all right, come on.
Mitchell, but
We all
as a
jump in the truck?
parting, and as a parting thing, Mitchell just sit there and go like, "Meh, we got all the candy out of that hallway anyway."
Yeah, I won't ask you for any in the favor. And actually, I might have some spare bags of those little milk bottles and stuff in the back anyway. Milky
yeah.
Chews, those ones. You like those? I don't know what kids like anymore. We've moved on.
Yum.
When I was younger, it was lollipops and all that sort of stuff.
Just
Wait,
before
Yeah,
stepping
chocolate.
around the corner into sight, Cliff is firstly going to just offer the closest other kid a bit of candy for free.
Do you offer
Just-
him the half-eaten bag of pineapple lumps that you got at
Yeah.
the very start of the game?
I think this is yours.
You dropped
And have
some.
that back. And that's luring him
go-
in because I wanted to move 2 dice because if that just works, then and then he sort of looks up and there's sort of green numerals spouting out through the floor, which is a magical effect for the other one. I want to just look up and with the glasses, look, up and down, and just having sensed like the edges of this effect, try and work out if I can see before I go what's actually happening.
You can see, if you want to peek in through the door, you can see that someone has pulled a very small, it's not like a chest that you guys have found, it's more like a rucksack that someone has just stuffed with lollipops and Chupa Chups, and these kids are fighting over it. Like they're pulling the straps back and forth. There's lollipops and Chupa Chups going out all over the place, but you know that you and your crew walked away with the premium score because you didn't spend all your time fighting with other people. You just did the smart thing, looked after each other and yourselves, and walked away victorious.
Hey, Cliff,
Yeah.
milk
Also,
chew.
just take a moment to do it, like look over the glasses they live style and see if I can get a sense of the pattern behind the veil before I run away from it.
I'll give you.
And I can't. I really
Oh
can't.
man, I was
I
gonna
just
say
shriek
Confused children.
and go
Yeah.
running out the door.
you've been faced with
Leap into
eldritch
the back of
horrors.
this car, quivering.
You've been
Take me home!
assaulted by eldritch horrors beyond the pale and beyond human understanding, and that's real rough. And with that, as we're all piling into the Toyota Hilux, unless anyone else wants to do anything before we head off.
Catching myself in the reflection of the glasses that walk past, because I know that Bob the Blob is not a blob anymore. He's a little kid. I'm just wondering if I actually look like Dorothy and Toto actually looks like Toto
Yes.
as I walk through. But then as we walk out, I'm assuming Toto goes back to just being a
Yep. Just a stuffed animal.
stuffed animal again. Okay. I hug him when it's a little bit tighter. I don't know why. Even as a
All right. Anyone else want to say
Thank you.
farewell to their characters on this fine evening before we start to wrap
Goes
for
on.
real?
Mike, as he walks out the door, going, "Vroom, vroom, vroom, vroom." And at some point, the sound of the real lightsaber fades, but he's still going. "Vroom, vroom,
Yeah.
vroom."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the most realistic sound you've ever heard.
Yeah.
And Mitchell just sitting there and tell them, yeah, like I said, like he'll call out to them going, yeah, they when they said they got all the candy out of there, they lied. We did. Bye.
I think we're
And what
back
about
in
Kevin,
Cambridge now.
Rhys? Is Kevin just going to lock eyes and just
Well, you can't really see much behind his mask, so he's sort of just blankly staring at them. That you can't tell what he's thinking. It's just standing there, just creepily.
That's the disturbing thing.
Terrifying.
yeah, this
Yeah.
like we need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's just Kevin. We just let him out on the farm every now and again.
Anyway, thank you, team. It is my absolute
Mm.
pleasure to draw the curtain
Thank
on
you.
today's adventure of Fight or Fright. Before we head off, I'm just going to do the closing karakia. Got a couple of other things to take care of as well, like the giveaway and that sort of stuff. So the giveaway is starting now. The raffle is starting now. /giveaway. The entry code for those of you in the chat is exclamation point fight. If you want to start chucking that in the chat now, get yourself some sweet goodies from BD&D. Another reminder that the code for today is NZ Minis for 10% off. And this has been Fight or Fright by Mix Up Pixels or Alex Marinkovich-Josey. I have been Liquorwitch. I have been your master of candies. I will let the team talk themselves out while I pull up the karakia for us to do before we close.
Right. So, Steve, one thing I do want to give a shout out is because the character is like trying to find a black and white T-shirt, and I've got one. It's actually from a local Wellington artist who I don't know if they watch this, but I'd just like to give a shout out to them because it's really cool stuff. If you find Pepper Raccoon stuff, she does really awesome stuff. Like like this is released to Trash Pandas.
It's amazing.
But yeah, this has been a great fun.
Thank you. Ka pai, Steve.
Sweet. I've been Jacob. I'm not designing any games at the moment, but I'd also love to shout out something. The Waikato Role Playing Guild is running Convergence in September. That's going to be a big event, and tickets are on sale now. So I'm really excited for that. That's one thing I'd point people to. Otherwise, I had an absolutely amazing time with this game. It's very fun. And I have a lightsaber, so that's a bonus. Sweet. Lyndon.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. I've been Lyndon. You'll mostly find me in the chat, occasionally in other people's streams, very occasionally improvising on stage in places like the show in Wellington called Late Night Knife Fight, which is a great. You can see a whole bunch of different people trying stuff out all at once.
That's awesome. Ka pai, Lyndon. And what
Good
about
night
you, Dee?
all. Yeah, good night all. Thank you, Ish. This was fun. And thank you, Alex, Mix Up Pixels, for putting this game together and getting it ready so it's released to you guys, to anyone who wants to buy it, for $5 US. It looks amazing, if I do say so myself. I had some fun helping him edit it, which was actually weirdly entertaining. I don't do anything else apart from the other cult that I'm in, which is CrossFit. It's just my own personal delight. But I play D&D and with these guys, but it's all private. And but I met these guys doing ESAN last year, which was lots and lots of fun. So I highly recommend the RPG week or ESAN comes around again at some point, that whoever wants to jump in and play, just give it a go, because like I had no or very little experience. I don't know how to role play. I didn't know any of these guys, and put myself out there in midlife, shall we say. And I've had the best, God, it's not even been a year, I don't think. And it's just been an amazing experience. And I'm never going back to not playing again. So thank you for taking me into the fold, guys. So
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Anytime, Dee.
And yeah, and to Alex, this is an awesome game. And yeah, can't wait to flesh it out a bit more and roll that plot and tick those
Awesome.
boxes. So yeah.
Thank you, Dee. Also, quick announcement. The winner of the prize for this session is at RPG Design. You've won a prize. Congratulations. That's awesome. Very cool stuff. And Rhys, you're the last but not least before we do karakia and head on out for the evening.
I'm Rhys. It's been great. I've got nothing really to shout out other than just all the awesome, New Zealand RPG content and people doing actual play podcasts. So much available in New Zealand. It's awesome. So thanks.
All right. No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you all for joining me at the table for this fantastic game. Thank you again to Alex. Thank you again to Te Kimo Aotearoa. And also don't forget at RPG Design, you have to email in your proof of entry. But as soon as you do that, if you send it in, you'll be good to go from there. So to do our last little karakia before the end of the night, ka whakairia te tapu, ka wātia ai te ara, kia turuki, whakataha ai, kia turuki, whakataha hai, homie, huie, tai kie. And this has been Fight or Fright. I have been your Dungeon Master / Master of Candy, Ishbel. I also go by Liquorwitch. You can find me on all socials there. Have a good night. Ka kite.
Kia kite.